chapter number 6 is of the changing the number, adding number, singular, plural, that is added, and like we see how numbers are changed. So let's continue and let's look at the notice and the change of the form of the second word of each pair. If you see that the how, tree, trees, box, boxes, ox, oxen, man, men. You see, these are the 4 words, and these 4 words have entirely, you could see, different structure and if different wording, such as we added s and we added es, and in the next we added en, and in the next we just changed the internal wall. The first word of the each pair denotes one thing, and the second word of the each pair denotes the other thing. And you could see more than one. Second one is greater in number. First one is smaller in number or singular in number. So singular, plural. The noun that denotes one person or the thing, it is said to be of the singular and plural, and the boy, girl, cow, bird, book, pen, etc. Similarly, noun that denotes more than one in number is said to be the plural number, and the boy, girls, cows, birds, trees. So you just added what? S in that list. So how plurals are formed? Plurals are formed by adding S. This is the first, and you could see the initial rule. You just add S with the singular noun and it becomes plural, like boy, boys, pen, pens, girl, girls, desk, and the book, books, and etc. But nouns and the ending in s, sh, ch, or x form plural by adding es. So these are the words when we see that a word is ending on s, such as class, classes, it we have to add es, and glass, glasses, and similarly we see case, cases, and then brush, sh, brushes, es, and match, matches, then ch and chs, and you could see, and dash, dashes, branch, branches, text, taxes, box, boxes. So you would see that how words, they keep on changing when we add simply es with the following letters when we found them at the end of any word, such as s, such as sh, such as ch, and such as x. So whenever we see these words, we find that the words is completely changed by adding es at the end of that particular word. Next, third rule is most nouns ending in o are formed by adding es, as you could see buffalo, buffaloes, potato, potatoes, negro, negros, mango, mangoes, cargo, cargos, volcano, volcanoes, and similarly hero and echo. So likewise, you could see that in this rule, we had to look at the ending word as o and we added es. So ending word was o and es was added at the end of to make it plural, like tomato and potato, and you could see that. A few nouns ending in o merely add s, like dynamo, dynamos, canto, cantos, piano, pianos, kilo, kilos, solo, solos, momento, momentos, photo, photos, logo, logos. And likewise, there are 4 other words that you could read ending at commando. So in this rule, we saw what? Ending o, but we added s with that. So these are the exception to the previous rule where we added es where when the word was when the word ended. So what you need to do, just remember them, just remind them, or just keep them in your memory. Noun ending in y preceded by a consonant from the plural by changing y into I and es, like baby, babies. So y is dropped and ies is added. Babies, similarly ladies, similarly copies, similarly army, similarly stories, similarly ponies, similarly cities. So ending y was dropped and it the consonant after the consonant ies was added. Next rule number 6 is that the following nouns ending in fe or f are just changed and we add v for that, and then es, thief, thieves, ves. So life, lives, leaf, leaves, half, halves, sheaf, sheaves, wife, wives, and similarly it goes on till self and selves. So you could look at the list and you could see that how the words ending at F or FE, they are completely changed from one to another by adding FE, by adding VES at the end of the word where F or FE occurred. So the noun dwarf, hoof, scarf, walk, they are the words that neither add S or neither add VAS. They simple, you could see dwarfs. These are the exception verbs. So VES are dwarfs or dwarfs, hoof or hooves. So you could just keep them making their plural according to the situation by taking either of them, taking any one of them. You could add S or you could add VS depending upon your interest or depending upon your liking. Other words ending at FE like chief, chiefs. So these are the exceptions to rule. Whenever you remember a rule in English language, there comes exception. So you need to remember these exceptions so that you could avoid considering that as committing a mistake. So chief, chief, safe, saves, proof, proofs, and then cliff, cliffs, and the handkerchief and the handkerchiefs. A few of the nouns and the from their plural and the by changing the inside of the wall, like man, men, goose, geese, woman, women, mouse, mice, foot, feet, tooth, teeth, louse, slice. So these are the words you could look at that how whenever we look at them and we just change the situation by changing their walls and by changing the internal situation. There are few nouns that form their plural by adding en, such as ox, oxen, child, children. The plural of the fish is fish or fishes. Fishes is, you could see that in current English, fish is used as plural. Fishes can be used to refer to the different kinds of fish, different kinds of fish. Like you could see that when you are eating multiple or various varieties of species of fishes, so then you could call them as fishes. But if it is a single type, salmon, or you could say rahu, or you could look at it as jellyfish or others. If it is a singular type, then it will be considered as what? As fishes. Fish, single fish, but multiple kinds, fishes. Similarly, people and peoples, the same rule. People of one country remains people, but people of different, you could say, countries, they become peoples. So variety of people, varieties of, you could see, castes, they become plural as S. Rather, in the other situation, whenever they are referring to single society or single community, they would be considered as people. So the next rule, number 34, is some nouns have singular or plural, like as swine, sheep, deer, cod, trout, salmon, aircraft, spaceship, series, species, pair, dozen, score, gross, 100,000. So these are what? They are already in the plural shape. They are not the singular type. They are already in plural. Some nouns are used as plural. Names of the instruments which have two parts forming the kinds of the pair, such as bellows, scissors, trousers, thongs, pincers, glasses, and spectacles. So these are already in the plural. They are always used as pair, such as in glasses. You could see that the glasses have two legs, and similarly spectacles and trousers, they have two, or scissors, they have two. So they are considered as a pair. Names of the certain and articles such as dress, trousers, drawers, breeches, jeans, tights, shorts, pajamas. So they are also in plural form. Pajama is not pajama, it is always pajama. Trousers, it will remain trousers, it won't be as trouser. Certain other pronouns and such as annals, thanks, proceeds, tidings, environs, and nuptials, and seekers, and assets, and chattels, and you could also see them as plural. So they will, thanks will remain thanks. Thanks will not be as thank. So thanks will remain in the plural form. Some nouns originally singular are now and generally and used in the plural, such as alms, riches, and eves. So riches do many goods. So rich is for daulat ki ambar, something like that. If you want to just look at that. The following and the nouns and the look and the plural and the but are in fact singular. Name of the subjects such as mathematics, physics, electronics. You could see that economics and other subjects. So these are the subjects, they will always remain as singular, but their appearance will be as plural. So you could look at them as from the perspective, they will appear as plural, but they are in fact as singular. The word news, the word news will remain as news. It will remain as singular, but it appears as plural. So if you want to add more news, so pieces of news you could add. Similarly, names of the common and the disease such as measles, numb, and the rickets, they are also considered as plural. So names of the games such as billiards and rods, they will also as considered as plural. So the sentences the writer has made for you, the mathematics is his favorite study and no news is good news. So you could also look at that. Number 38 point. The next point is number 38 point. Certain and the collective nouns through singular in form are always and the use as plural. Poultry, cattle, vermin, people, gentry. So the rule is the noun, though singular in form, are always used as plural, such as poultry, cattle, and people. You could see that they are considered as singular, but they would be used as for plural. Cattle is always used for a group of people, but not for the group of you could see animal. And likewise, this other you could see people always used as plural. Similarly, you could see that how point number 39, a compound noun, like you could see noun generally forms from its plural by adding s to the principal word. Commander in chief, commanders in chief. So you could see that we have added s, you could see that in between. And like we just focused on that the word, the main word, the principal word, that took s as plural, rather the remaining word chief would remain as singular, chief. Court of male, courts of male, sons-in-law, daughters-in-law, then stepson, then stepmother, daughters, and then you could see that how maid servants, and then passers-by and lookers on and men of wars. So over here you could also see that how noun changes with the changing situation, how noun takes s as principal word and the rest of the remaining compound noun such as in-law or step or maid or chief, they remain as singular. So hopefully you are getting as this point. Next 40 point number is many nouns undertake in the foreign languages when they are borrowed, because originally they are from some other language, they are not from the same language. If you just look at these nouns and the keep original forms as you could say erratum, errata, index, indices, and then redis, formula, formulae, and then you could see a memorandum, memoranda, and like Tyrannus, and you could see how termini. So over there, they are the borrowed word. They are the words that are borrowed from the other language, from Latin language, similarly from Greek language, access, access, crisis, crisis. You could see that how CRIS and GRISES, crisis and basis and basis, and how hypothesis and hypothesis and phenomenon and parenthesis and parenthesis. So similarly thesis and thesis. So over here you could see that how is it changes into es in Greek word. Similarly Italian bandit and bandits, and then French madame and madam, mesdames, and then you could see that other word. From Hebrew there's a list of the word, and some have like point number 45. If you just go and look at that, some nouns have two forms of the plural and each one is somewhat different in meaning. Brother, brothers, sons of the same parents. Similarly, brethrens, member of the society of the community. So brothers, like siblings, sons of the same parent, but brethren Brethren goes for the members of the same society. Like cloths, kinds of the pieces of cloth, then cloths, garments. Similarly, dyes, like dyeing, then the stamps for coining, and similarly dice, and then small and the cubes and the used in the game. So you could see that how with the changing words, the meaning altogether changes. And indexes table of the content from at the start of the book, and then penny in the pennies, and the number of the coins. So you could see that how singular is taken into another meaning, and plural, it has two distinct form, it has two different shapes, and those two different shapes are altogether different. Number 42. Number 42, look at the nouns that have two meanings in the singular, and but one is plural. Light, radiance, lights, lamps. You over there, a lamp, you could see that how singular light is taken as into radiance, but plural into lamps and lights altogether. So how the situation is changed. Similarly, people refer to a nation, and then peoples refer to group of nations or people. Similarly, men and women. Dust, powder, and then powders, doses of medicine. So you could see that how in singular it has a different meaning, whereas in plural it would go and see it would be applied as different meaning. So what you need to do is just look at these words individually, look at them, understand them, and just keep them in your memory and note them on your notebook, so that their proper usage would be in your daily usage and in your expression, and you would be able to utilize them as far as correct or correction is demanded. Likewise, habit, and you could see practices and habits. Habit goes into single, and practices go for habit. So exercises of the profession, and whereas habits go for your daily habits or daily routine. Point number 43. Some nouns one meaning in the singular and two in a plural. Singular hue, colors, and then custom, habit, customs, and then plural hues, and then the flag of a regiment. You could see that how the same color goes for a different meaning, that is flag of a regiment. And then custom, habit, customs, habits, and then effect. So you could see that noun have one meaning in singular and two meaning in plural. In singular, it has only one meaning. Hue goes for color, whereas in plural, it has two meaning. Hues for number of colors and number of the flags. So different flags for different regiment. Similarly, custom for habit and customs for habits and duties. So likewise, you could see that how words keep on changing. Effect, result, and effects, result plus property. So it has two meaning. Likewise, manner, singular method, then manners and the methods and correct behavior. Likewise, morals, lessons and conduct. Lessons, moral lessons that we learn, and conduct, that behavior or that whatever we do in matter. Similarly, number, quantities, and numbers, verses as well. ये poetry के जो verses होते हैं. Likewise, pain and the pain. Similarly, the list goes on from quarter, spectacle, letter, and singular. Likewise, you could go on. Point number 44. Singular, air, atmosphere, plural, airs, affected, manners. So our manners जो आपके तौर तरीके होते हैं उसको हम airs कहते हैं, जो आपके लाइफ के अंदर, सोसाइटी के अंदर होते हैं. Likewise, and the good and the benefit and the well-being, and the goods and the merchandise. Similarly, if you just look at the next point, campus and the range and the respect and the regard. In singular, they have different meaning, and the respects and compliment, they have altogether different meaning. Likewise, physique, medicine and the physics and the natural science. Likewise, iron, kind of metal, and the irons and fetters, वो फिर आपके जो fences होते हैं. Similarly, and the force and the strength and the forces and the troops. So words keep on changing. Point number 45, letters and the figures and the symbols are made in the plural by apostrophe s. So you could see that apostrophe s is added at in these tables for fives and twos. Whenever you add after the number apostrophe s, ये कामा के साथ जो का के की के लिए लगता है. It is usual to say and the miss and the smith, myth smiths, singular myth smiths, and the this is Miss Smiths. So yeah, this is one also goes into the abstract noun have no plural. They are like hope, beauty, love, kindness. So they will remain as singular. So similarly, provocation and you could see instances. So the list goes on and on.